Hello, I am back with another game from the FIDE World Cup. This one was actually played in the second round, so I'm a little bit behind with this one, but I think it demonstrates a pretty nice chess principle, tactical principle. So I think it's worthwhile to have a look at this game. Now with the white pieces is Dmitry Andreikin. He's rated 27-24, and his opponent is Andreikin from Turkey. A strong grandmaster, but Andreikin the clear favorite here. And Andreikin might be one of the underdogs. Actually, he in 2013 or 14, I think 2013, he reached the final of the World Cup, lost against Kramnik, but he's very good in these short matches. He's comfortable in rapid, and has a very interesting style. You know, he seems like a very talented player. Perhaps doesn't, get the chances that the super GMs get, but he's not very far behind. So let's have a look at this game. He opened up with knight to f3. We see a lot of these kind of flank openings or different move orders to get to sort of similar structures, just to avoid direct theory. So here white is saving his d-pawn, similar to what Magnus did. Okay, he had his bishop fianchettoed, but you get a different kind of game. And here, after some normal moves, castles, bishop b7, black opted for this arrangement of his queenside pieces and fianchettoing the bishop. We have queen e2, bishop to b4. It's kind of starting to resemble a queen's gambit declined, except we have this pawn here. And Andreikin uses the difference to play a d3 here. d3 and e4. And I myself, I like these approaches. I saw a similar approach in a repertoire book I once had. And especially against the queen's gambit accepted. It's not the same situation, but I remember a model game by Tomaszewski where white played this structure, and I think we see similar ideas. When you get this structure and you're trying to play, usually you're trying to play against a light square bishop, trying to block it, and you try to have a bishop here, and maybe you get some squares like c4. Similar things, not entirely the same. But of course after knight a5 we have to keep this bishop, so it remains here on the diagonal. c5, bishop to g5. And now we see one of white's ideas with this structure, and that is simply to attack on the king side, push the f-pawn and try to get an attack. And in conjunction with this bishop being here, an attack might be dangerous. So the knight pulls back. He doesn't want to get double pawns. Queen to g4, and white has started his attacking operations. Black plays c4 here. He wants to block the bishop, block the diagonal, even though that's a little bit of a crooked diagonal. I wanted this one. f5, undermining the king side a bit more. Takes, rook takes. This facilitates the other rook coming over to the king side at some point. Knight e5, using the square, queen g3 hitting the knight, f6, and the bishop pulls back. So white kind of has made his intentions, there's no doubt what he wants to do. I mean, we can add this rook at some stage to the attack. And there are some looming things here. For instance, if we were to take on d3 with a pawn, we will be getting a mating pattern that we should be quite familiar with. We will take on e5, we will play knight g6, and this we call the Karpov choke. Queen here or here, and it's mate. So this is sort of looming in the air, and this is the reason why black is trying to keep this diagonal closed. He doesn't want to take on d3, because then he might just get mated. But after his next move, queen to d7, we get a different kind of problem in black's position. And Grandmaster John Nunn from England, he coined the phrase, or an acronym, LPDO, which means loose pieces drop off. And very often when you're trying to find tactics, and when you find tactics, you look for, checks, captures, or threats. You look at the forcing moves, and you look at the vulnerable pieces, loose pieces, pieces that could potentially drop off and could be the target of your attacks. And after Queen D7, Black has created such a piece. But which piece, how, and why? I encourage you to try to find out what happened next. But White is winning here by a series of forced moves, and Black can't do anything about it. So which moves led to a relatively quick resignation here by Black? This game only lasted 5 more moves, but basically after the next 2 moves it's clear what's going on, and Black basically could have resigned. So what's the continuation? Can you find it? Tell me in the comments if you found it, and tell me what the trigger was. Let's now reveal the answer. Good job if you found it, by the way. But White takes on e5 here with the bishop. Bishop takes e5. Black takes back. Now he didn't take to take this. That's not the idea. He did it to undefend the queen on d7. The queen is now undefended. Loose pieces drop off. LPDO. So how do we take advantage of the undefended queen? The next move, similar to the Karpov joke, but we don't have a diagonal, but this opens up the h-file if Black takes. Now in the game he didn't take and lost the exchange and resigned in a few moves. We can have a look at that. He played king g8, Andreikin took, doubled, and we still can't open up the diagonal. We can't take on d3, and now White is ready to take here. We stop the exchange. Nothing good is going to happen for Black. But why couldn't he take the knight after knight g6? Well, that's because of the loose queen on d7. We would place our queen on h3, check, only one move, and then the discovered attack, rook takes f8, check. We can take it in 3 ways, but however we take it, we have queen takes d7. Pretty nice tactic. This game caught my eye. I thought it's a nice demonstration of a very good tactical principle that you should always keep in mind. Loose pieces drop off, and they did here. See you in the next one, guys. Bye bye.